Why is this not working? There we are. Hey everyone. I figured out how to schedule a live. So I think the neighbor got a new gun because he's been freaking Cottie out. She's around here somewhere. There you are. Are you scared? Oh, get back up on your bed. Here, let's give you something good. You want that? Okay, maybe she'll stay up there. Okay. Okay, I hope somebody's on here. But what we have today are these two JBCs. We're going to open them up and we are going to see what microcontrollers and what flash is in them. This has had me curious for the last week. So let's see here. I'm going to start with the one that's going to be returned. This is the DDE-1C. Trying this camera out. But we're going to take this apart. Hey, you guys can ask any questions if anybody pops in. So. And yes, Cottie is right on her bed. I don't know what it is with this screwdriver. Keeps losing its magnetism. And I'm breaking in a new stool. So the only thing I don't like about it is it rolls too darn easy. So another guy did a quick teardown of, whoa, yep, see, rolls way too easy. Okay. Another YouTuber did a teardown on one of these, and he did a real quick one. He didn't do any of the display, which I'm going to do the display here. That way we could see if it's a proprietary display or a, you know, just a generic display. Because LCDs, they do fail. They are a failure point. They will fail. It's just not if, is when. So I want to be able to make sure in 5 or 6, 8, 10 years, I'm going to have a display available for these. Yeah, these front ones don't want to come out on this one. But let's get this top off. Yeah, I think on his it showed it was a microchip controller in the back here, but I think there is some flash up in the display unit. So here is the unit inside. So, because it's like a 5 megabyte file that's supposed to be flashed to a DDE-1C, and the file that's flashed to these is like 1.5 meg. So they do solder everything on, so it's going to be a kind of a chore to disassemble this thing. I'm not sure if we should start with the front or the back. Let's start with the back. So these screws I tried last time and they were just way too tight. And that one's coming out. So I'm wondering if all you need to do is replace maybe the flash. Did Cottie move? Yeah, she got scared when the chair slipped. Yeah, might be able just to replace the flash and reflash it. So if there is an in-circuit programming header, I will dump the actual file on the chip. So if somebody is out of warranty and they don't want to replace the unit, we can still be able to update it to an actual DDE-1C. Wow, these screws are tight in this, man. I just hope this plastic holds up. So yeah, I warned the guys in Spain that I'm gonna probably take this apart and investigate. Let me move my, wrong window. There we go. Move that over there so you guys can see. And it's just taking a screw out. It's yeah, they really solder these cables in, which I understand why they do it for rigidity. Man, they really drive these screws in. They are in there tight. There's only 3 holding this one in. Okay. Yeah, I'm debating still on if I want to do the microscope or not. I don't see anything else holding this in. No lock rings. Maybe it's that. Yeah, it's gonna be, I have to go to the toolbox. Give me a socket. It's gonna be metric. These metric, no, those are standard. Oh, I hear Cottie. There you are. Here. There you go. Okay, you can meow. Okay. Had to go to the toolbox. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out something on this. Get like a locking wheel or something. Hey, kitty kitty. Hi. Okay, let's see if we can get in here. Okay. That would be an 8mm. And that's for the ESD. Yes, Wes. They are in here somewhere, but I have a feeling that there's flash up in the display because I looked at the other guy's teardown video and he did not have the microcontroller he listed. It had a very little amount of flash. So, and a lot of those microcontrollers you can use external flash. So, and like I said, it's 5 megabyte. So there's another screw right down here. Yeah, I wish they would have used connectors. Oh man, these screws are super tight. And I'm using quality tools. So it's not like it's the screwdriver. Just no mysterious epoxy blobs. Nope, nope, nope. Not that I can see yet. As I'm tearing the first one, the one that's going back, the one that's supposed to have the wrong flash. So we got the back off. Let me slide this over here. It'll focus. So we got the back off. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws and a plug for your ESD strap. Okay. So let's see what we have here. I might have to use my phone to zoom because, like I said, I haven't invested yet in a microscope for this. So yeah, I'm gonna have to use my phone to zoom. But that's the main microcontroller there. Let me use my phone here. I'll if I linked my blog in the description, you should be able to find all the photos in the blog. I want to put it to camera mode. Gotta get in here. Get in here and zoom. Okay, so this one has a PIC 33FJ256. So I think that's the same one the other guy had. Noted. Camera is adjusted. It's got to go up a little bit. Okay. You see my bald head. Okay. Thank you. So let's see if we have any flash. No flash down there. I'm looking at that chip there. Just gotta, if there was any flash, it'd probably be really, really close. I think it might be that little ST chip there. See if I can get in here. Yeah, I really need to invest in a trinocular microscope. One that actually is decent optics. Okay, so we got a 24C16. Okay, so we have some flash memory right there, 24C16. Just try to get in here. So I think that would be it there, 24C16. I ain't got my browser on this computer, so if anybody wants to look it up, see what size that is. I'm not going to stream putting these back together, but I'm just going to stream taking them apart. So this has got some springs and stuff. So let's see how we take this apart here. I'm curious to what this display is going to be. It's going to be a JBC custom, or is it going to be an off the shelf? Because if it's a custom, I want to be able to buy a couple. If it's something off the shelf, I'll still buy a couple. But I will not stream putting these back together. Maybe I will if I get a few more people in. Okay. There she comes. She is tight in there with that spring. Yeah, I don't know. So, there she comes. Oop. Okay, now we can get to it. I had to tilt it forward. That spring is a pretty powerful spring there. So we're going to have to be able to get this off. See if that spring comes out. There we go. Okay, got that spring. There we go. Let's start taking this apart. At least these aren't in there wrenched solid. Yeah, see what this display is. Ooh, there's another spring right there. Be careful of that. Yeah, nice little fine spring there. Okay, are we still live? Hey, we are still live. I tried doing a live stream one night and kept getting disconnected. So, yeah, I think it's that little flash chip that is the chip that is, but we will look and see what processor the other one has. And I will also look at this board and see what part number. What's that little code? I'm all over the place right now. Okay. That code says 220209 and some info there. That's what that code says. Okay. Yeah, these are not a simple to take apart. I'm getting pieces falling out. Those were like a hinge. Okay, so that's gonna have to. Yeah, I wish this wasn't soldered to the, why solder a display to a board? Okay. These just don't want to come apart. Okay, that came out. Okay, now we got it. Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. Now we got some stuff. Okay, what do we have right there? Let me see if I can get this up closer for you. said I will post pictures on my blog. So okay, that one is an MK20DN512 VMD01. Yeah, it's going to be a pain in the rear to put back together. That's the main button board. Yeah, I think this display is going to be proprietary to JBC. I think that might be a programming plug-in right there. Let me find a little spudger. Thought I had it out already. I hear the kitty. Are you scared? Yes, she's scared. Oh, here we go. There you go. Okay, you're a good girl. You lay down. Okay. I thought I had my spudger out. I got a piece of plastic around here somewhere. Right there will work. Tell I'm not prepared today. She's in there tight. There she comes. Okay. Well, that is the display. She looks like she's stuck on there pretty good. I'm gonna go put some purple glove on. I don't want to mark up that display. All you do is get fingerprints all over the display and them complain. Yeah, I'm gonna need my hand. Yeah, nope, she ain't coming off. So I'm going to say that is a proprietary display. So we found out what we wanted to do on that one. So I don't want to risk damaging it. We've got a number on the back here. Okay, we got that out. We do have a number right there. I will take that number. It looks like it's glued on. So okay, we've got it. That, ooh, come on, rotate. I hate it when it does stuff like that on camera. Okay. There is the display number. Maybe. So I will get this one back together here-ish. Just enough to... Actually, I'm not going to put this one back together yet. But I'm going to get the display dropped in here. Okay, how did we put that in there? We gotta go. Well, I'll get that later. Okay. So now we're gonna do this one. Yeah, I think it's the small flash chip there. But I'll put the comparison videos on my blog. I'm gonna probably have to take the display on this one apart to see what chips are in it. So I got questions, so hold on. Let's see. I'm not familiar with the WX2. I just don't like the Apex tool group. They should have never bought Weller. When they bought Weller, Weller's quality went downhill, I think. Yeah, I have the chat, but I have to look up. You know, if I had the chat down in front of me, but I got to remember to do that. I'm still a novice at the streaming stuff, so. Yeah, we'll find out what chip they shorted. What chip's the different one? I need coffee. Okay. Okay, notice this one here has a sticker here. Did my screwdriver go here? Get Yeah, I hope the stream's clear. Snap off enjoyer, eh? Yeah, I like my snap-on stuff. I've got a whole tool chest of snap-on stuff. I always get hassle whenever the snap-on guy comes over because I've got Harbor Freight tool chests. So, but yeah, we've got two different snap-ons. I prefer this handle versus this handle. This handle's rubber all around. I really like that handle. When they went to this newer style here, I don't like them. But if I round a tip out, break a tip, they swap it, no problem. Yeah, we will see what chip was short. Because I don't think that little flash was in the shortage, unless it's the chip on the display. If it was the chip on the display, I could understand that. Yeah, some screwdrivers you just like, some you just hate. And on the snap-on precision stuff, that stuff is horrible. I just don't like it. I'd rather go with a Wiat or something else in the precision stuff. Yeah, if you look through my YouTube channel, you'll see my workbench I did out of the Harbor Freight boxes. And I'm slowly modifying that bench to be able to incorporate my teardown bench and stuff over to my electronics bench. If you see behind me, we got the CO2 laser and we've got the lathe. So, because I do have a CNC machine shop here too, so. I'm just curious what chip was short, because I do program chips, and that is my, 80–90%ish of my business, or maybe a little less, but okay. Let's see what we have here. What microcontroller do they have? Okay, this one here is the same. It's a PIC 33FJ256GP. What was the other one? Yeah, it was a PIC 33FJ256GP. So let's check the onboard flash real quick here. here at an angle to get that. That is also a 24C16. So it's gonna go with my initial guess. I think it's up in the display is where the main firmware is stored. I don't think it's stored anywhere on the heater control board. And that's common with a lot of devices. The control head will have all the firmware, and the main board will have just a basic CPU with a little bit of flash to hold settings. So I'm gonna have to tear this display down. That's not a problem. Yeah, that's what I'm hunting for. That's what I'm investigating here. I want to know what chip was the wrong chip. So it should be obvious when we find it. And if that's not the case, if all the chips are the same, then we will have another issue. But they told me it was confidential when I asked them. So that is not really confidential when you have the device that can be taken apart and we can find it. So we will find it. So either way, they're getting this one over here back. I'm going to ship that out to them Monday. So let's see if I remember how to take this front display apart. I just took that other one apart. So, yeah, these springs, it's going to be interesting to get it back together. But I'll figure it out. Trial and error. Let me make sure I get it on video here. Wow. These newer screwdrivers just don't hold their magnetism, man. I thought I had a magnet somewhere around here. Little magnet that I usually put on it. We shouldn't need to take this one too far down. I just don't want to. Yeah, there's screws. On the JBC for the date codes. I haven't seen that one if it was on the about the JBC. But still, it's no excuse to not put a public notice and say, hey, this serial number range here, it's got issues. So, but yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to them about that display, because even if they just sell the front module that you got to solder in, I think it's stupid of them to solder the display cable on. Why? I mean, you could use a nice connector. At the price they charge for these, they should have this on a connector so you don't have to. Okay, so I had to tilt this like that. There we go. Then that comes off. Just like that. And that spring's tight. Okay, got that spring out. that comes off. Oop, show you all that. That's just a little thing, and it just plugs in. So this one will do the same thing here. Just maybe that has to be unscrewed. Okay. A connector's $1.50. It $970 for a soldering station. I really think they can afford a $1.50 for a connector. Yeah, this is going to take some skill to learn all this streaming stuff, man. Okay, so this comes out, then that comes out like that, and that spring is in there. Okay, so that spring, I don't know if you can see that spring right there. It locks in there like that. So that goes like that. Okay, getting there. Moving forward. I think we should be able to just pop the back off this without having to remove the actual LCD on this one. Yeah, I did tell them in Spain that I was going to be taking this apart. So there might be Mars on the screws. Yeah, I was just not impressed with their customer service over there in Spain. Yeah, this just doesn't, I gotta get this out of here. Where's that one from over here? That's it. So yeah, it's gotta. There we go. So you gotta lift that up a little bit. Now you can be able to pull it out. So yeah, like the unit in radios. Oh yeah, that's a lot different. Okay, let's grab this one here. So I'm 100% probably positive the whole update was in this section. Because if you look at these, they're way different. So let's see what that chip is there on that side. Where did that camera go? Yeah, the displays are massively different. Okay, this is a 2416 flash also right there. Yeah, I'm not going to take this board out. But so I'm going to assume if they do sell a display, they're going to sell the whole front module, probably the whole front faceplate, which is fine. If you have to buy it, you have to buy it. So let's see what we got here. Come on. Yeah, that's a 2416 flash there too, but what's that die? That I'm going to have to take over to the microscope, I think. There we go. Maybe I can get in here and yeah, I'm going to have to take this over to the microscope. Oh, that's going to be a pain in the butt moving it over there. So I cannot get a good picture of that. So that says USB right. 8886-478, and this is an 8886-107. Yeah, somebody want to go to type in Google, because I don't have a browser on this screen here. Type in 0018084. That, see if that comes up as a DDE-1B and a part number somewhere maybe. Because this one here is a 0030665. Yeah, those are definitely two different display boards. These are in here tight, man. Let's see if that LCD is the same number. But I think it's soldered on, so it's not going to be a easy fix. I'm going to have to take a picture of that upside down. So LE, yeah, part number's different too. So this one was made, look at this on this camera. That one's 2021-07-15. And the other one was 2020 0909 AT. So they're probably using, like I said, DDE-1B front ends because they ran out probably. I don't know. Yeah. Let's try it. Read that upside down. Zero 786. Seven 2021. Yeah, I think it's the same part number on the display. So, but okay, I'm gonna have to. I'll put this one together later. So I'm gonna have to pull the microscope to put this under the microscope to get that chip number there. But I think it's that chip right there that holds the program. We shall see. So I can. So definitively, it's what I assumed is the front end displays are different. I'm gonna get this back in here, protected. So I'm very confident that that's the difference. So they had a shortage of these and put those boards in. But I'm going to say that would be the 36th week of 2018. 1836. So this is going to be a fun one to reassemble. Says, Wes did a super chat, $5. Thank you, Wes. I need to figure out how to get one of those super chat things that pop up. But yeah, I have a feeling this display on these are going to be proprietary to JBC. So it's just, I don't think it's my paranoia setting in, because like I said in my last video, it was a big fuck you and I don't swear much, I try not to, buy another when my hot air went out. And all it was some sensor thermocouple that was, you could literally unplug it. It had no markings on it. I searched and searched and searched and I could not find it. So I just, I don't know. I'm gonna finish the update. I will give it a fair shot on quality in the review, and I hope I hope they work nice. Maniac Soiski. That's brand new machine, right? What happened? They're both brand new machines. JBC, I guess during the part shortage, they used a different front end from what I'm looking at here. The back end, the heater control system, is identical. This one here has, looks like it's got a decent cap. This one here's got a ching chong cap in the power supply section. So this looks like a Nishikon or Panasonic maybe. My through hole cap identification is not up there anymore. But yeah, it looks like they went totally cheap on this one. CHANG. I think you guys can see that there. And this one, little crown. Can't remember who the crown was. VS series on the surface mount caps. Yeah, I don't see any. What we got for a USB driver? I'll have to look at that closer. So yeah, this one here was missing features, profiles, everything else. And it wouldn't take a firmware update. It would just lock up when you plug the USB port into that port right there. So, okay. So Wes was my first super chat because I was monetized partially last week to accept super chats and stickers or whatever it is. So thank you, Wes. Yeah, I think that's it. So these were both made in 2022. So I don't know, man. It's got me leery if I want to, you know, put the funds toward either a trinocular Avon or yeah, the left one's also an original JBC. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go get a trinocular microscope or finish the JBC upgrade or take my losses and just off this. It's been a. I'm really not happy with you know, JBC doing shady stuff like this. They still haven't answered my question or email if a display is available. Because I can just see it now. After warranty, the display goes out, and you call them up, can I get a display? They'll say, no, buy a new machine. So, I'm thinking they use the same heater control board, different firmware for the 4, and they just use a different front end controller. So if anybody's got the MV, the 4 unit, check your front end. I think all the parts are the same except for the controller. And of course the backboard's got the additional ports populated, which would make sense. That way they don't have to spend more than one board, and they just populate it to the order, or to the machine. Where is the cotton? I bet you she's under here, no? I bet you she's under the bench. Hello? Do you want to come say hi to everybody? There's a few people watching. Oh, no. Nope, she don't want to come out. We'll coax her out. Hey. Hey. Yeah, those gunshots earlier. Or first it was a car that was backfiring, and then the neighbors started shooting. There she is. She's gonna run away. Well, I'm gonna have to check it. There you go. Okay, everybody. Here's Cottie. Okay, here. Check this out. I can get kisses on demand. She kisses me more than my wife. Hi. Do I get kisses? Oh, I do. This cat is just like in love with me. I'm her human. She's a good kitty. Oh, you need cookies, huh? Here. Yeah, I forgot how old she is. She had a sister, but the sister got bit by a spider or something, and she didn't make it. Oop. Okay. Why I don't go with ERSA is getting tips in the United States for them. They're not as readily as available as the JBC and Hako. I already have a Hako system. If you'll see my other video, I've been with Hako for a long time. Since the 90s when I got my first 936. And then I got my I had a 936 and 3 937s with the 900S handle and the parallel removers, and that was nice back then. And then I upgraded to the 4 FM202s. And then I got recently upgraded like 2 or 3 years ago to the FM202s during the pandemic. And that reduced bench clutter, going from 4 machines to 2 machines. And I was going to reproduce this exact system in JBC. I'm probably still going to do it. Because usually when I get set on something, I just do it. Yeah, not many subscribers on chat, but I haven't checked Discord yet. She's meowing back there somewhere. Yeah, desoldering. I'm very happy with my FM 2024. I do have I got the 560 here from JBC, and I got the 360 on the way. It should be here next week. It's their micro through hole, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted this machine too, is to be able to use the micro desoldering through hole. I like some of the tips and stuff JBC has, so. You know, I would like to try an ERSA, but I'm not gonna drop what they want for one just to try it. I hear a kitty. What's the kitty complaining about? What are you complaining about? Here, your bed's up here. Okay. Yeah, I'd be putting this back together. I had to take pictures, good clear pictures for the website. I really didn't want to tear this down, but my curiosity was getting to me. Want to Mick, hello from the United States. How was Romania? Yeah, I wish I could get rid of this thing so I could. What is that? I see free scale micro on the left. Yeah, I'll post pictures on my blog. I have my link. It's my personalname.com, stephenryan.com. My Ryan Labs, that's strictly for my customers. So it's my tracking portal and billing. Yeah, I've heard people say some good stuff about ERSA. Like I said, I've never messed with one. I really didn't even give them any consideration. You know, I like the way the JBCs can stack. That way, when you're have bench space that's smaller, we can stack the units. So. Yeah, I can't read that. That little chip is just way too tiny, but I'm going to assume these are the programming headers for factory programming. I was going to try to, if they had a standard in-circuit programming port, I would have tried to hook up the Zeltec and try to read it. But I'm in Vancouver, Washington, just north of Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon's 5 minutes away. That's generally what an in-circuit programming port is a debug port. Yeah, we do have that strip there too. We got these 4, but I'm not gonna dive that deep into this. It's not worth my time. I've already spent way too much time on this as it is. New Jersey. Yeah, we could, maybe one day hook it up to a serial and to a terminal and see if we get any response from it. Yeah, the right one does look cheaper made. It's got some no-name transformer versus this one's got a transformer that says made in EU. This one's got better caps than this one. What I like to see in a manufacturer is parts consistency. Are they consistent in using the same parts? Do they spin off, 5 revisions of something in a year that they call the same model number? When manufacturers start using one brand of caps and then switch to another brand of caps halfway through a production cycle and then go to a third brand, that shows reliability issues. Because not all manufacturers are the same in their quality. I figure if, look at this, the Chang, C-H-A-N-G. Chang capacitors, JBC, what the hell? You can't put in a Nishikon or a Panasonic or, the capacitor shortage is not, during the height of the shortage of capacitors, I was still able to get capacitors. So. Yeah. Yeah, but you can tell the quality of a device when you open it up. If you're opening up, a 2022 year production and you've got this amount of manufacturers from 6 months later, you've got a totally different manufacturer of parts. That shows that something's going on other than the part shortage. I think that's just tight wallets. Yeah, I mean, this one, you know, it's got a nice cap. 1035. That's 1025, so I mean, the capacitor shortage, it was with the chip shortage, but capacitors weren't as bad. Yeah, but 6 months difference. You're going from Chang back to a, you know, a decent manufacturer. There's no excuse, JBC. You should not be using Chang capacitors. What's on this back side here? I didn't see anything. No electrolytics hidden back there. So I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm saying this is super overpriced for what you get inside of it. You know, if I opened both these up and all the capacitors were the same series within the same year, yeah. But this right here is it right here. If I'm going to assume their excuse if your display goes out is they're going to say it's your control panel soldered on, you can't replace it, you have to send it to us. I'm going to assume that's going to be their thing when they could have spent $1.50 on a connector and put a connector in so people could service these things. You know, not on sale. The one Lewis posted on his reaction video, he posted one that was on sale. I mean, these are, you know, normally $970 a piece. You know, that's almost $1,000. Yeah, I was a little nervous doing it, but you know what? It had to be done. I was restless. I was like, and I have to do this because I can't trust what JBC says. I mean, saying that, I asked them, well, what was the chip number? And they said, it's confidential. Confidential? No. Yeah, I did, went back a little bit. It's soldered onto this board here with flex cable. And I don't know if, let me pull the numbers back up on the display. If I can get it to rotate. Can you see that? Those are the only numbers on the display. And they're the same number on the display. Yeah, that's a tiny chip. Yeah. Avert our eyes. We can't see this chip. I got to put it under the microscope to read it because I can't get it on the camera. I need to get me a trinocular. I tried the Avon. Yeah, this one's like an MX. I'll try to get a picture of that here. Okay, I think I got it. It's an MK26FN2 MDC. And the other one's an MK20DN512. And we both have 2416 EEPROMs. EEPROMs. Yeah, it could be, it's hard to read. Yeah, it could be DC. MDC. Or OC. So if you guys want to look that up, you guys can. I'll look it up later. But like I said, I think that's where they had the shortage. Can anybody look up and see if the MK26FN2MDC was in the shortage? Yeah, I believe it's either a D or a 0. It's real reflective of a die there. There are some product bulletins from NXP saying it's confidential, proprietary, and only intended for customer. Let me go dig out a keyboard. Go to zeltec.com and let's see what we have on the chip programmer. And why Why ain't that working? Of course, it goes all the way over to that screen. That ain't gonna work. Yeah, I gotta work on my streaming setup here. Yeah, but the question is, was it in short supply? That's the... I just want to make sure they're just not saying, blaming it on a chip shortage when there was not a chip shortage on that part. 2 megabit flash, 256 KB SRAM. Okay, and then what about the other one, the 20? It was an MK20. Why ain't my keyboard registering? Yeah, my keyboard is not registering. Might be too far away from the dongle. K20DN512. VMD10. Yeah, the firmware on this one is only like 1.5 meg. The firmware file on this one here is 5 meg. Yeah, 6-month lead time on oddball chips. That's about right. Yeah, during the shortage, they were not factory programming chips. So I was doing a lot of programming. You know, you can go to Microchip and you can order, you know, Atmels pre-programmed, and they charge you like a nickel a piece. But say if when they were out of them, you would buy them from like Mauser or DigiKey or whoever had them, and you couldn't send them back to Microchip for factory programming. So you had to use either your own programming equipment or use somebody like me. So. Yeah, I think that's... I think this is... I wish somebody out there had a DDE-1B take the front display apart. But yeah, I think this unit here is what's supposed to be in the C's, and this is what was supposed to be in the B's, because the B's have a totally different firmware file, and it's like 1/3 of the size as the C. Okay, anybody on Discord asking any questions? Anybody on Facebook? No, I can't activate Facebook for some reason. Oh well. You gonna come say hello? Hello. Look who came to say hi. You're not gonna roll around, no. Oh, we got kitty butt. Oh, you're showing your butt to the world. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they did replace it. You know, it's a warranty issue. They did replace it, so it wasn't that difficult for them to get them to replace it. And see, she does this every time I'm working or doing something. She just comes and crashes the video. Yes, she does. But you can't be doing this when I got stuff out. She just likes her dad. Yes, she does. Okay. Oh. Here, get up on the laser. Yeah, they should have at least, like I said earlier, they should have put a notice on their website that, hey, this serial number range from here to here was had an issue. You know, the guy couldn't even tell me how many were affected. They know damn well how many were affected. Oh, they're not going to reject this unit. They already sent me a replacement. So that was, you know, I was hesitant of taking it apart. Like, you know what? They already sent me a replacement. So I'm just going to take this damn thing apart. So, yeah, I could see like a gigabyte sticker, you know, pointing to a cat bite mark. Yeah, this is rejected. I don't know. I can't tell. Is there a way to tell how many people are in the stream? Participants. Oh, me and you. Yeah, problem with the kitty cat is hair gets everywhere. I'm always spitting out a label and picking up kitty hair. Now this video will be public for all to see. Yeah, I had to figure out how to set this up. Like I said, I'm a novice at this live streaming stuff. I'm going to try to devote more time and learn more of it. I do have my bench that I'm working on, slowly getting it set up, but time Time. Do I have... You're on Discord XDevs, right? If not, comment and I will subscribe to your channel if I'm not already subscribed. But microscopes, yes. If you search my video, I tried the what is it? The Amscope. I was not impressed. I've been using a Avon, which has Japanese optics, for a long time, and it was like, you know, trying to spear a fish through water. When you came in, I just, my hand-eye coordination could not get used to it, and I got rid of it. I didn't like the optics. Yeah, test equipment. I've got Siglant set up, the usual stuff that I need. I'm very happy with the Siglant equipment. I got the SSA 3021 for spectrum analyzer. I've got the SDG, I can't remember the exact model number of it, but the signal generator. I've got the SDS 2104. Yeah, I couldn't, my eyes could not coordinate with my hands with the Amscope. The optics were just not there. It's like it was like a fisheye lens-ish. I mean, it was clear, it was exceptionally clear, but it was just not, it's like the image was deformed, and I tried and I couldn't get it, so. Yeah, I'll definitely check out your site. I'm all cat hairy now. No, I went and used another tech's same exact model Amscope because he seen my video and he invited me over to his shop over in Portland, and it was the same issue. And I brought my Avon, and I let him use the Avon, and he was blown away by the Avon. But you know, you're talking $300 microscope versus $2,000 microscope, so. But I didn't pay $2,000 for my microscope, so. I probably did pay it in property taxes, but it was a school auction, so it was brand new, so. So I'm gonna go make me another cup of coffee real quick. Of course. Need water. Okay. Coffee. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, Tektronix is local to me. I got my old Spectrum analyzer came from their country store back in the day. Remind myself, don't put coffee cup on casein foam. $12.50 on DigiKey. Same lead time. Yeah, I think if, you know, JBC is listening, they need to put a connector here, put a connector there, and that way they should have done this, and that way they didn't have to send a whole unit to somebody. They could have just unplugged and plugged in a front display. And there's a few YouTubers I watch that buy broken stuff and repair it. I had a couple fluke 8846As, 6.5 digit meters, and they needed, the vacuum fluorescents were kind of worn out, and I let them go for a pretty decent price on there, and people bought them and just contacted Noritake and got modules and took apart the modules and replaced the vacuum fluorescent displays. Yeah, I figured a high-end product like this would be, you know, serviceable. And, you know, I just noticed something here. I mean, this is a bit hard to see, but you've got solder on that capacitor there. Literally. It's like some splashed up solder, and they didn't even clean it off. I'll take a picture of that here. Yeah, when you're paying Rolls-Royce prices, Look at that. You should not have, solder on your capacitors. That should have been caught in quality control, JBC. And the more I look at this thing, the more I'm finding it's, I should have noticed that earlier, but no, I'm just sitting here Googling over it and yeah. That's very nasty. Yeah, I'm like, a day after this one was delivered, they messaged me, have you sent the other one back yet? I'm like, man, give me a bit. Cat hair. Yeah, I really want to get me my, look up SPZV-50. I believe that's the model number of microscope that supersedes my microscope from Avon. No, that's on the back panel by the power supply USB. It's that cap right there. USB. Now there's one here, one here. Is not sure what would go there. Maybe another USB connector. I don't know. But this is two boards. Yeah, it is Saturday night too, so people are out probably boozing it up. Well, I know what connector would have went there. I know that's just pads, but yeah, I'm a tech. I'm not an engineer. I've only designed a couple boards, and one was a multi-layer. One wasn't. These are some boards I did. Other boards. Right there, right there. But those are just fun projects that I wanted to do. One was for my welder, and I didn't want to pay what Miller was charging for that board for a couple potentiometers. So. Yeah, JLC PCB was awesome. Um, Fast. I mean, I ordered these boards, ordered this, or the long board to this one, and that big one. I ordered them on a Thursday night my time, and they were shipped out Saturday overnight, and I had them on my doorstep like Monday. So they were fast. And it was only like $8 more to have them overnighted. So. Let's see, the most I've ever had in a live stream was 6 people. So, it was like 3 on Facebook and 3 in the chat. Yeah, we need a PCB shop like JLC in the United States. I asked, I deal with PCB shops locally here, a couple of them doing their chips, and they couldn't touch JLC PCB's price. So, and their lead time was weeks. Everybody's like, oh, Osh Park or, other places. It's like, man, they want $300 and they want, 2 to 3 weeks to deliver them. Same thing with JLC PCBs, $40 to your door in a couple days. So I'm not gonna, on a prototype, I'm not gonna spend a couple $100. So. But yeah, I gotta get these pictured. I gotta use the mic or the tripod for that to get a decent clear picture. I really need to invest in some camera gear. Yeah, that's why I bought my own Tormach PCNC 1100 CNC machine. Yep. We need more parts houses here in the United States too. I've been finding myself for a lot of things. I go to TTI, which is part of Mauser, and then I also order a lot from LCSC. Yeah, I bought my CNC for a specific purpose, and then the feds said I can't use it for that specific purpose, so it just sits and does nothing. hopefully soon we can go to the manufacturer for parts. I'm hoping. Yep. Yeah, that's everywhere around here if you need something. I the local rubber store, I was like, hey, I need some 1/4 inch thick silicon mat, and they're like, yeah, we sell that, but you have to spend $100,000. I don't think so. You know? Come on, where'd that? Yeah, I don't deal in hardly any consumer stuff. I deal mainly machine control boards. Yeah, I got some barbecue controllers here. That's about as much consumer stuff as I do. Yeah, I don't know much about PCB design. I only design little things that I need when I need them. And it was years until recently when I did these boards. So yeah, Tormach, they came out a while back. You can search the video on it and saying they supported the right to repair, and I called them out, and Rossman did a reaction to it, and next thing you know, Tormach's CEO was in the Discord, and they created a GitHub and released all their schematics, firmware, everything. And they've actually been supporting right to repair. I'm pretty proud of them. Yeah, they still try to sell a $500 board when it could be repaired very inexpensively. But a lot of people, like they said, they don't have the ability to repair, and I don't do mail-in. If you walk the stuff into me, I'm happy to do it, but I'm not a fan of mail-in stuff. If I started mail-in, I would be overwhelmed, and I don't want to get too busy. I'm already busy as it is, but I don't want to get any busier. Yeah, Tormach's not as big as Haas. No. They're a small company. But like I said, it's, you know, they're supporting right to repair. And that's a good thing. And I still recommend anybody buy a Tormach if they're looking for a, you know, a small, you know, in the shop CNC machine that's not going to require you to pour 8 inches of foundation. Yeah, their boards are not that difficult either. Yeah, the time involved in, you know, designing, routing, because auto routers suck. Well, you probably know that here in the industry. Any auto router I tried from the different EDA softwares is just horrible. So you get, you know, most of the stuff's routed by hand now still on the smaller boards, unless you're a big company like NVIDIA. So is there any flicker on my screen on the stream? Okay, no flicker. That's good. I got looks like I got a little flicker on my screen here from the camera. Not tonight. It's a mess. The lab is a mess. I'd be embarrassed to show how messy it is right now. I'm using a Logitech Brio. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be doing any live streaming, if this was gonna even, if this YouTube channel was gonna even work, or if I was gonna have any interest in it. Wasn't sure exactly what content I wanted to do, so I wasn't gonna invest a lot into cameras and gear initially. So it looks like I'm getting some traction. Being monetized helps to be able to get, you know, super chats and stuff. Yeah, is my 4K stream even coming up? The last people said that my 4K, I wasn't streaming at 4K. I was only coming in at, like, you know, ultra HD or like 2160 or something less than 4K. but after it processed, when I ended the stream, it only came up as 1080, and then like a day later it came up as 4K. So I don't know what's up with YouTube. It could have been their stream settings, I don't know. Or their watch settings, their player settings. Yeah, the only monetization I really wanted was the super chats, and I really don't want ads on my content. I don't really care for ads on my content, so. Yeah, I could probably show you my mess. It's all shut down now, but the 8846 alphas, I'm just offing them. I'm happy with the Siglin equipment I have. I'm gonna probably keep one 8846 alpha for myself, and so I've got like two or three more. Yeah, my bench is wiped out right now. Yeah, I drug this CO2 laser home about a year ago and still haven't powered it up. Been busy. Oh, I did a goof up. I've got a, I needed a, I scored a old UV EEPROM eraser, and I was cleaning it, and I set the camera up, and I walked over and I plugged it in with the UV exposed. I walked over to the light, turned the light off, came and checked the camera, walked back, and I burnt my retinas. That was pretty stupid of me. Let's see, where is that thing? I don't have it out here. Yeah, I'm trying this new office chair. It's comfy, but man, this thing rolls way too smooth. I gotta get a wheel with a brake so I can put some tension on it or something. Yeah, I've got a 60-watt fiber laser, and that thing works awesome. So. Yeah, it was certified. The place I got my safety glasses for the laser, something certified optics or whatever. They were like $100. Ozone. Oh yeah, ozone. I've got something. I have an ozone generator. Want to MEK methyl ethyl ketone. Yeah, you really want to let your, if you use it to get rid of funky smells and whatever, you really want to let the room air out, and don't, it says right on it, don't be in the room with it active. Yeah, I think working on TVs back in the 90s, I had my CRTs. I had my fair share of x-rays. But yeah, I'm probably going to be starting CRT repair here locally again. Nobody does it around here, and there's a lot of retro arcade stuff going on. And I posted a feeler out there, and people are paying a couple $100 to have a CRT repaired. And back in 99, 2000, I couldn't get $75 plus parts. What obelisk in Ukraine? I think that's the pronunciation of it, right? Cool. Yeah, I was almost had a client back when I was delivering airplanes in the Ukraine, but his deal just didn't happen. He was denied export, so. Yeah, I've not been to Taiwan, but I've been to Xi'an, China, and a few other cities in China. And I've also been all around Asia, Japan. Yeah, China's very, very fun. I mean, if you're pale, if you're fair skinned, China's very, very fun. Your mother. Yeah, I've been Saudi Arabia, I've been Egypt, I've been Afghanistan, I've been to Qatar, I've been to UAE, I've been all over, and I never learned a lick of Arabic. Let's see, check my Facebook chat, see what they're saying. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. It is Saturday night. I was told don't stream on Saturday nights, but cryogenic and vacuum equipment. Don't get into any of that stuff here. Oh yeah, it is what, 10 o'clock? I've been streaming for what, 2.5 hours now? Yeah, I was gonna do this on Sunday early, but I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get it done. Get it done, get it over with. Negative 269. Is that negative 269 absolute? I don't remember those measurements. Yeah, I'm on the fence if I'm gonna buy the rest and set the system up and give it a shot. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I've secured the funding, so it's just what I want to spend it on. Do I want to continue with the JBC, or do I want to bump it over to a decent, another decent microscope with trinocular port? But I think that company, they gave me a decent price. They told me, 20% off, and then they bumped the price up like $600. I'm like, what's the point of giving me a 20% off? Yeah, I'll look more into the ERSA. Yeah, I could really use a trinocular. My current Avon's awesome. The SPV, or yeah, the SP50. I like it. Oh, I already have a microscope. I have an awesome microscope. It's one of the first things I invested in the early 2000s. I've been doing this stuff since my son was born. And he was, just born. So he's 27 years. Yeah, I bought mine I was driving down the street and I seen the school was having an auction. And I stopped in and it was brand new in the box. And I paid, $50? And it was, $2,000 binocular microscope. And it's been running here ever since. And they still sell that model number. So. Yeah, like I said, I tried the Amscope. The optics are just not what I'm used to. You go from something that's got crystal clear, it's got awesome clarity. I don't know the exact words to use, what the little fisheye effect is when when you have a fish in the water and you spear at it, you got to like shoot under or over to get it. And that's the way I felt with the Amscope. Oh, the ERSA. No URLs. I don't know how to set it to allow them to do URLs. So. But if you go to my About page, I have an email address on my YouTube channel there's a public email. You can message me. I sift through that spam folder quite a bit. Almost everything on that email address goes to spam now. So. But my 3 Facebook watchers left. Yeah, I try not to buy bundled tips. I generally do the same thing over and over and over. So I'm pretty set on the tips that I use. Every now and then I'll need a specific tip. And another reason why I wanted the JBC is they've got some really awesome drag type tips for some through-hole work I want to try. So I'm going to probably give JBC a full-on try and see how it works for my lab. So, but I got to get a photo in this. It's 10 o'clock here p.m. I'm going to cut the stream here. And thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you want to see different content. I'm more than willing to tear expensive things down and show you what's up. So, thank y'all.